Want to strap the board on and start messing around a little bit? Yeah, that's
Hell yeah.
So the first thing we need... By doing the heel strap first, it pulls the foot nicely onto the binding, ensures that the toe strap doesn't go loose after tightening. So heel strap, then the same thing on the toe strap. To release, most of the time in the middle of the binding there will be a little piece of metal or plastic, and you just pull that in towards the middle of the board, and that will undo the bindings. All makes sense so far? Everyone pretty comfortable with that? Want to strap the board on and start messing around a little bit? Yeah, that's
Hell yeah.
So the first thing we need to do before we strap the board on is find out whether we are regular or goofy. And you might not know what that means. All it means is, do we ride down the mountain in preference towards our left foot or towards our right foot? There's a few things you can do to test this out. We can kind of fall forward, and I kind of put my right foot out, which kind of tells me my right foot is a front foot on my snowboard. Or we can even just take a little run, take a little skid in the snow. And again, I went the right foot forward, so it kind of tells me I'm a goofy snowboarder. None of these tests work 100%, so if you're unsure, take a guess. If it feels weird, we can swap the foot over, try both ways and contrast which one's easier for you. Anyone got an idea? Any board sports before? Anyone done skateboarding, wakeboarding, surfing, anything like that? What were you riding on the left foot forward?
Yeah.
Sweet, so we're gonna strap your left foot in there, easy.
Cool.
How about Jad? Goofy. Goofy? Sweet, right foot then. Josie, any idea? Goofy, okay, the right foot.
What if the person doesn't know?
Then let's try one. If it feels wrong, it's probably right. If it feels really wrong, we can swap it over and we can just try whichever, decide which one's easier for you. So if you're unsure, take a guess for now, and then we can go from there.
I was teaching my friend and the same thing happened. She didn't know what was her front foot.
Yeah.
So she just kept... What if they have a directional board?
It
And they
doesn't
feel
matter too
comfortable
much.
the other way?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, cool.
At this point, it doesn't matter too much.
Okay, cool.
So everyone's got their foot on the binding nicely already. Sweet. Honestly, just doing up the bindings normally takes a good 5 minutes of you going around helping people and showing them how to do it, you can imagine. Everyone here knows. I'm afraid I'm going to be that guy, Luke. Just pop your helmet on just because Boss Man is over there and he will have something to say about it, otherwise I wouldn't talk too much. Very much. Sweet, so now when we're all kind of strapped onto our board, you can already feel if you place the board flat, it's pretty slippery, eh? So I just want to kind of get us used to, having the board stuck on one foot. So let's have a little bit of a mobility game. Just move out so you can't touch anyone around you. Give ourselves all our own little bit of room. There we go. And just a quick one, can anyone lift the board off the ground and balance on one foot? Yeah, nice. And if I kind of dig that toe edge into the snow by tipping my board forward, it kind of digs the board in. I can actually step over without the board moving up much. Alright, so then can you lift the board up behind the leg as well? Different set of muscles. Awesome, then can we step back over the board? Yeah. Then how about towards your front foot? So for me, being goofy, I'm going to turn to my right. If you're regular, you're probably going to go left. Yeah, nice. Nose grab. Tail grab. Back part, lofting grab. And skipping rope.
No.
No thanks.
No, that's not part of the level one. Good. Sweet. So
How many people have you done that to in the trial?
oh man, the amount of times I've fallen over doing that. In lift lines most of the time. But we're looking pretty comfortable here with the snowboard stuck on one foot. So the next thing I want to do is just talk about standing on the snowboard. If I stand on my snowboard and all my weight is directly on top of it, it's not going anywhere. If I move my weight back a little bit, the board wants to move, right? So this is kind of going into how do we want to stand on the snowboard. So if I put my back foot kind of up against that back binding, pretend I'm standing on my snowboard, what I want you guys to feel is a little bit relaxed in your ankle and your knees. So we're not rigid and straight, we're just kind of relaxing into our joints. And for now, we're just going to think about our hips and our shoulders being in alignment with the tip and tail of the board. And then we can kind of see where we're going, right? This is the easiest way for us to start learning how to snowboard. It's the easiest way to balance at this stage. So we're all looking pretty comfortable standing on the board. Now we want to start moving around a little bit. So the easiest way to move around, and the reason this is useful, is getting on and off of chairlifts. Moving from here over to where we want to go snowboard in a moment without taking the board off. And it also just helps us get comfortable with sliding around on the board. So this is a personal preference, but we always want to point our front foot where we're going to go. So you can see there's some ski poles just behind us with some gloves. I'm going to point my board in that direction, so the nose of my board is pointing that way. And I'm just going to keep looking that way, not down at my feet. And I'm going to push my board forward until my foot kind of meets my back binding. I'm going to step forward again and repeat. Some people find it easier to have their foot in front. Again, totally up to you, personal preference. I just find this twist my knees and makes me look like I need the toilet roll bad. So not for me. But we're just going to come over this way, nice and slowly. Nice, Steve. When we get over here, we're just going to turn around and head back the way we just came. This a million times before. Great, don't look like first times. So another thing I want to show us, just for it makes it a bit easier for moving around the hill. Skating up the hill is pretty hard because the board just wants to go back down the hill, right? The easiest way to move up a hill, I'm going to turn the snowboard across the hill, dig in that toe edge again. I'm going to take a big step up with my front foot. I'm going to bring my back foot up and it creates a bit of a platform. Keep moving up the hill. And the same thing for moving down a hill. So I can turn around so I'm facing down the hill. I can use my heel edge, bring the back foot up, and I can keep stepping down the hill as well. This makes it very safe, minimal risk of slipping out. It's just so much easier than skating up or down the hill, right? Awesome. Let's just come together real quick. Oh my god, it's been 2 hours already. So sorry we've run out of time, guys, but you know, we've done a lot in this lesson. We've talked about the parts of the snowboard. We've learned how to stand on a snowboard in a well-balanced position. We've learned how to move around a little bit and work our way up and down hills as well. So next time you come, we'll get sliding around a little bit more. We'll both be standing on the board, but thank you very much for coming along. See you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it. That's simple, right? How easy was that?